Very good morning to you and welcome to Lyon for the IPC Athletics World Championships Day 2. We've got a fantastic day of action. We've got Marcel Houve in action. We've got some shot put to start up. We've got Titania McFadden's got a couple of races, and we're just about ready to start with the first wheelchair race of the day. Alongside me is Will Downing. Morning, Will.
Very good morning, Jeremy. Hello, everybody.
What are you looking forward to today?
Lots of really good action today. Titania McFadden will have another assault on her multi-medal attempt here in Lyon. Also, Jason Smith and Michael McKillop are going for the first leg of their potential doubles, trying to repeat precisely what they did at London 2012. Jason Smith going the final of the 200 metres later today. Michael McKillop, around the same hour, will be going in the 800 metres. But lots of medals to be decided today. This morning, 9 in total, even more in the afternoon. And we already have a couple of field finals which are just gearing up here. The women's discus, men's discus and women's shot put. Women's discus is in the F51, 52, 53 category. Women's shot put 55, 56, 57 and the men's discus F37 and 38. But the track action starts with the first semi-final of the men's 400 metres T53, and this includes the double gold medalist from London 2012 in lane 8, Lee Hu-Zhao, who won in both the 800 and the 400. Silver medalist in Christchurch 2 years ago, Young Dong-ho of South Korea. For Kuwait, the 41-year-old Ahmad Al-Adwani has a very good season's best this year, 52.49 compared to the rest of the field here. Robert Hunt is here for the USA. For Japan, Hitoshi Matsunaga. Season's best is not swift, but there's nothing like major international competition to change that.
Lane 7, representing France.
Couleur 7, représentant la France, Pierre Fairbank.
Good local support for Pierre Fairbank,
representing the People's Republic of China.
The man who won gold in this
Couleur 8,
London 2012. Silver in Beijing, but he did win gold in the 800 metres there.
Champion du monde en titre, Usano Lee.
Championship record also held by Lee Hu-Zhao. But that did not come in the final in Christchurch. He only finished 4th there. It came in the semi-final. So they're away first time. Young Dong-ho of Korea, Al-Adwani of Kuwait, Hunt USA, Matsunaga Japan, Fairbank France, and Lee Hu-Zhao of China. Going very well in lane 7 is Fairbank, who's already caught up on the back straight with Lee Hu-Zhao, and he's absolutely flying right now. Really good home support for him. Matsunaga of Japan struggling, but also faring quite well is Fairbank right now, performing magnificently on the Lyon track. But Lee Hu-Zhao, really good endurance athlete, lots of 800 metres gold medals. We'll see him coming back surely in the final 150 in this. But Pierre Fairbank is going absolutely swimmingly for France right now. He's putting on a show in his home country. It's Fairbank who leads. Hunt of the USA also going well. Lee Hu-Zhao comfortably in second place. It's the first two who go through, but numero uno is Pierre Fairbank for France. Lee Hu-Zhao second for China. Third for the USA is Robert Hunt. 50.37. It's a very fast time, and that's a lifetime best for Pierre Fairbank as well. He is definitely through to the final. Also there, Lee Hu-Zhao, the gold medalist at London 2012 in 2 and 4. The first two automatically qualify, and that is also a European record for Pierre Fairbank, and that is sensational. Personal best, national record, continental record, and he went at a really fantastic pace here right from the gun. He had the incumbent champion from London 2012 on the outside, Lee Hu-Zhao, who is happy to go in his own pace. Hunt of the United States, quite comfortable inside. Well, that was a marvellous display. And Fairbank looked so comfortable. But Lee did as well. Not panicked about actually not winning this. So Fairbank wins 50.32. And that's quite marvellous. Lee's second, 51.06. And it's actually Young who was third for Korea. 51.5 seconds. So Fairbank is through. Lee Hujiao also is the next two fastest losers across the three semi-finals who progress.
We'll have the next semi-final coming up for you very shortly. We'll also be taking a look at some of the discus action and the shot put action. And we've got a really great day coming up for you here in Lyon. If you were with us yesterday and you saw Marcel Hug win the 10,000 meters gold last night, he'll be looking to add to that medal collection in the 400 meters, the T54. Marcel Hug, who's taking part in every single day apart from next Saturday. He's a guy from Switzerland who is just a phenomenon. You'll remember him. He's the one with the shiny steel silver helmet.
It's very good branding, you have to say.
It is.
26 gold medals decided today, 9 in the morning session, quite a lot in the field this morning, 17 in the afternoon session, which will get underway at 3:30 in the afternoon. Local time, that's 1:30 GMT.
We've got the women's shot put in the F55, 56 and 57 category, the women's discus in the F51, 52 and 53, and then the men's discus in the 50, in the F37 and 38. And all of these are finals, so all medals will be won. Ukraine have been doing very, very well indeed in the throwing events. We're going to go to the men's discus and catch up with some of the competitors. This is Ahmed Meshema. Let's see how he can do. In the F37 category, this is his first throw of the day.
Well, it's just short of 40 meters. He set his lifetime best this year, which is beyond that mark, 42.68. But nominally not expected to be among the front runners in terms of form and lifetime achievement.
Ahmed Meshema from Bahrain. Now the world record holder is from China, Jia Dong, and he's in this competition. And also the championship record holder from Poland, Thomas Blatkiewicz, and he's also taking part. So it's looking like a China against Polish competition in this discus. So far we've seen just seen Ahmed Meshema from Bahrain, and earlier Thomas Blatkiewicz, who is the championship holder, he had a throw of 38.55, but in the lead is Doroshenko at the moment from the Ukraine with 43.50. But everyone gets will get 6 throws in this. The leaders will get the 6 throws, and at the moment they're just having their first one.
Meshema throwing 38.25, puts him in third at the moment. Mustakama of Finland had his attempt, which turned out to be a foul. Women's discus is also on right now. That's F51, 52, 53, which because of their situation, it's 3 throws in a row. Next to throw in this for Uzbekistan will be Kuznadin Norbekov.
Just for people wondering about the classifications, the 30s classifications, this is where the impairment affects the ability to control the legs, trunk, arms and hands. And the 50 categorization, this is limitations in the upper and lower limbs. So typically they will be either seated or in a wheelchair. So let's have a look now at this second race. This is the second semi-final of the men's 400 T53. In lane 2, we just saw Silva of Brazil. There's Yu of Korea in lane 4. Personal best of 49.99. This is Josh George of the States, 48.60 his PB, so he'll be the potentially fastest in the race. But this season's just done 52.27. Alongside him, also from America, is Brian Seaman. His personal best 49.11, so he'll be in with a shout as well. 51.52 he's run this season.
Lane 7, representing Canada.
And outside, it's the Canadian. Jean-Philippe Miranda. His PB set this season 53.50. So just a reminder, the first two will go through to the final out of the 3 heats, and then there'll be the next 2 fastest. And they're away. It's 1 lap of the track in lane 3, Silva of Brazil, Yu of Korea, George of USA, Seaman of USA, and out in lane 7, Miranda of Canada. And both the Americans away to a start, and the Canadian already overtaken. It's Seaman of the States setting the early pace, and behind him George of the States doing very well as well. The 2 red competitors for the United States taking the lead, the Canadians being left behind, Silva and Yu following up on the inside. But at the moment it's Seaman and George from the United States. Seaman on the outside, George in lane 5. The 2 competitors in red look like they're working together as a team for the United States. They're both going to get through, and the person who hopes to be the fastest qualifier will be Yu of Korea. And it's America 1 and 2. Very comfortable win for the States. George wins it for the States, then Seaman, then it's Yu of Korea, who'll have to wait to see if he's the fastest qualifier. Nice, comfortable win there for the United States. Both their athletes safely through. Josh George and Brian Seaman, and Byung-Hoon Yu of Korea will wait and see. So a season's best for both the American qualifiers. Josh George in a time of 50.92, Brian Seaman in 51.39. And you can't do better than that in your semi-final to set your season's best. Well, you can do a personal best, but you don't want to do too much for just a qualifier. So the time of Yu is 51.52. And there's the winner of the second semi-final, Josh George of the United States, in a time of 50.92. That's his fastest this season. Previously it had been 52.27. Looks very pleased with that. Confirmation of the result then. First Josh George in 50.92, second Brian Seaman in 51.39. The Americans both go through, and the Korean Yu Byung-Hoon in a time of 51.52 will also have to wait. And also we should mention Jean-Philippe Miranda with a personal best, 52.82.
Well, we're going to go now to the women's shot put, which is just underway. A couple of athletes have thrown in this already this morning, but they do tend to start very early with the finals here. And it's a sequence of 3 throws in a row, because it takes a while for the athletes to get into position. Marianne Bugenhagen was the first to go. Her best throw, 7.70 meters, which isn't that far away from her season's best.
Beautiful morning again here in Lyon, 32 degrees we're expecting later in the day. It's a bit cooler than that at the moment, but we're expecting another scorcher. Every morning there's a championship newsletter that's issued. It's just a 4-page sheet, very informative. And every day so far it's had 32 degrees as the weather forecast for today and the weather forecast for tomorrow. And I do wonder if the person whose job it is to update the weather just hasn't turned up, and so every day it will be 32, or whether we're actually expecting 32. But it's lovely, whatever it is.
Well, you can just see the situation that occurs and why an event like this in the women's shot put takes quite a while, because you have various wheelchair athletes involved in this who have to get into position, into their seat, have to be strapped in, and however long that takes, it is necessary. Bugenhagen with a best throw so far is 7.70. With a bit of luck, maybe we might have a chance to see the next athlete throwing. It would be very nice to see Orla Barry in action, but we do have track events also to keep you up to date with. So we've got a 4th field event just getting underway. It is the men's long jump T13 for those with least visual impairment. There's a decent field in this, including the London 2012 champion Luis Felipe Gutierrez of Cuba.
Three categories in the visual impairment: the 11s, the 12s, the 13s. The 11s are classified as blind, the 12s have visual impairment, and the 13s have the most vision. And the T just means track, and the F means field. And this is the F13.
So let's join the men's long jump final, T13. We've had one effort already. It came from Zulfikar Şor of Turkey, which was a foul. The London 2012 champion goes in this. Maybe not much of a surprise that he's from Cuba, Luis Felipe Gutierrez. The bronze medalist from London here also, from Bulgaria, Radoslav Zlatanov. Also the bronze medalist from the last World Championships in Christchurch in 2011, Tobias Jonsson of Sweden. Again, his nationality shouldn't be much of a shock. This is Alexander Stoyanov, personal best of 5 meters 70. But the medals possibly into the 7s. Oh, it's a good, decent effort, and that's not too far away, I'd imagine, for his lifetime best, which, as stated, is 570. It puts him among the back markers. It is the second shortest lifetime best of the entire field going into this, but I just wonder if he hasn't slightly extended it. Our view of the long jump pit is almost perfect. Just slightly between us and the finish line. We'll tell you how he did in a moment. 586 is a new lifetime best for Alexander Stoyanov. Now we're into the third semi-final of the men's 400 meters T53. Involved in this, the silver medalist from London at 3 events, Brent Lakatos of Canada, and the gold medalist over 800 at London 2012, Richard Coleman. Maple Leaf will display precisely where Brent Lakatos is from. Silver in London in 200, 400 and 800. Jesus Aguilar of Venezuela. Decent personal best. Season's best needs to be improved if he was to progress, but we said that in the first semi-final. Pierre Fairbank absolutely smashed his lifetime best to go through. Pichet Krunget of Thailand is in 5.
Representing Spain.
Spain is Roger Puigbo Verdaguer. Now there'll be a big cheer for the next athlete. Slow personal best, but set this year, Nicolas Rignon.
Lane 8, representing Australia.
And such successes in London for Richard Coleman of Australia. Won the 800 meters gold. He is the reigning world champion in this. Bronze medalist in London over 400. And the previous Paralympic Games in Beijing in 2008. So they're away first time. Lakatos, Aguilar, Krunget, Puigbo Verdaguer, Brignon and Coleman. And what a start for Lakatos. 51.51 is the target time in terms of the fastest losers, but they just all want to get into the top 2. Aguilar has done fantastically so far for Venezuela. Lakatos also for Canada, firing up in lane 3, and in the outside lane, Richard Coleman. Unusual that the 2 fastest men should be drawn on the inside and the outside, but that's how it's been, and it's the inside and outside that surely will provide the first 2 now. Coleman in 8 on the outside, Lakatos in 3 on the inside. Also recovering well as Aguilar of Venezuela, who started well, then dropped back. Good race this is. Maybe Puigbo Verdaguer can come up for Spain as well, but it's going to be victory for Lakatos. Coleman will be second, 50.33. It's a good fast time. It's 100th of a second outside the opening winning time of Pierre Fairbank, but Lakatos very comfortable, and so too was Coleman. It was a very good race. I fancy maybe 3rd and 4th in that might just have gone through as fastest losers. The next 2 fastest do advance, and they were very close to the top 4. Verdaguer certainly will qualify in 3rd, 51.11. His time has just come up. The fourth placer has come up at the moment at 53.38, which can't be right. Aguilar has just shown up. He goes through as well, along with Roger Puibo-Vidaga, 51.02, 51.11. And they both make it. Lakatos, they're very comfortable in a awkward, narrow inside lane, but he made it, 50.33. Coleman on the outside, just behind, 50.62. So the top four in that race all qualify. It was a very good fast race overall. Top four make it. Lakatos and Coleman automatically. Aguilar and Puibo-Vidaga go through as fast as losers. So these are the 8 who make it to the final. And Fairbank, out of largely nowhere, has made himself a major contender, along with Lakatos, Coleman, George, who all have major international medals before, and Li Huzhou, who won this at London 2012.
So that was the T53 category. We'll have the T54 category, where the competitors again race in wheelchairs, but there's a lesser impairment. And let's go and see how the women's shot put's going on. There's Orla Barry from Ireland.
From Ladies Bridge in East Cork, 6.90, her first round throw. She had success last year at London 2012. But not in this. She won bronze in the Discus, which was a really good event. Catherine O'Neill is also in action this morning in the women's discus. Right now, she won silver last year. It's actually the reigning world champion from Christchurch 2 years ago.
So in this shot put, this is a combined category. Competitors are F55, 56 and 57. Orla Barry, 7.20, so she improved on her first throw, from 6.90 up to 7.20. Orla did well in London, and she'll be hoping to do even better here. This is not her best event, but she'll be seeing how she gets on. Someone you've obviously know from back home.
Yeah, she's one of 3 Cork athletes among the 8 in the Irish team here, Orla Barry. And we might have a chance of seeing her third throw. 6.90, 7.20 so far for her. We've the first medal ceremony of the day, which will be the women's shot put from yesterday, the F58.
And by the Vice President of the local...
Well, this was a very good event. It was actually the first one
Athletics World Championships, Lyon 2013.
Yesterday afternoon. Memory serves, as actually one of the great bloodthirsty national anthems as well, if you sing it in full.
I don't think we'll be singing. We'll stand up for it.
Representing Algeria.
Médaille de bronze, représentant l'Algérie.
There are 3 continents represented here, by the way. Australasia in terms of the bronze medal, Asia, the Middle East, and North America. It was a good competition, this. The lead changed hands throughout.
And the competition will continue while the ceremony is going on, but when the anthem actually happens, then everyone in the stadium stops and stands.
Silver medalist,
So Nassima Saifi of Algeria picks up the bronze medal.
This is the silver for Bulgaria. Proudly holds up a medal and shows it to everyone. And you get a bonus. You get Lyon the Lion, mascot of these games.
gold medalist.
Stella Neva, very good athlete across a number of disciplines and expected to win 2-3 medals here as she did at London 2012. Ilka Wailuda, by the way, the former Olympic athlete for Germany and East Germany before that. She finished in 4th place. And the gold here goes to Angeles Ortiz of Mexico. It was a championship record throw, 11.43. The other two for Stella Ineva of Bulgaria and Nassima Saifi of Algeria were continental records. So gold for Mexico and Angeles Ortiz. It was a margin of 300ths of a second in the end.
If you are able, for the national anthem of Mexico.
And here is the Mexican national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion medalists.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés mondiaux.
A big hug for the gold medal winner from the bronze and silver medals. These ladies all look as though they're good friends, probably know each other very well. Meet in various cities all over the world, but it's Angeles Ortiz, Stella Ineva and Nassima Saifi with the medal ceremony there for the women's shot put. First medal ceremony of the day, it won't be the last in the F58 category.
Africa, Europe and the Americas claiming the medals.
So we're going to have a look now at some shot put action. Then we've got the, you can see the wheelchair competitors coming out for the next wheelchair racing. We saw the T53s, these are the T54s.
Now this is a new category, F41. Previously, a lot of these would have been categorized as F40s, those of small stature, but they now got two different categories here. This is the men's shot put final, the inaugural F41 competition.
And I think this is a good move from the IPC. The F40 category was always for competitors of short stature, and I think this was a bit of a disadvantage because it often depends on the proportion of the athlete, not only the height but also how long the arms are in comparison with the body. So what they've done is they've made it more of a level playing field. There's the F40 category and then the F41. It's all for athletes of a short stature, but in a nutshell the F41s are taller or have longer arms. So let's have a look at this brand new category. The first person that we're going to see is Matthias Mester of Germany. And that looks around about the 12-meter mark.
Well, that could get him into the medals. Currently in third place, Jonathan Santos of Brazil, 10 meters 95. Karen Duke of Britain, second place, 11.18. And Bartosz Dziszowski of Poland with a season's best, 11.94. Might be 11.50 to 12 meters. Should be longer than Santos's throw, I would think. Matthias Mester had a foul in the first round. Medal ceremony on the way for the men's discus, the F11. And that was 10.97 for Mester, and he goes third, 2 centimeters ahead of Jonathan Santos.
So when I said 12 meters, I was very, very optimistic on his behalf. Apologies for anyone listening and watching in Germany thinking, oh, he's done nearly 12. It just looked about 12 for me, but actually it was quite a bit shorter than that. So there's no world record holder or championship record holder in this category because it's brand new. But I can tell you that in the F40 category, then it's Wang of China with 14.46 and the Algerian Gadzuli in Christchurch with 12.21. 10.97 Matthias Mester, just confirmation of what he got there.
So Vasyl Leshinsky receives the discus bronze for the Ukraine. He is a regular medalist in this event. Sergio Paz for Argentina, who have representatives 2nd and 4th in this discus. It's 36.09, it was the season's best for him, but they were very much outdone by a great champion. A regular champion as well. It's David Casinos Sierra, 39.32. He won by almost 3.5 meters. Season's best for him. World record also held by a Spaniard from quite a few years ago now. He's also in the shot put, and who's to say we won't see him at the top of the rostrum there as well. So bronze for the Ukraine, silver for Argentina, gold for Spain. And it's perhaps the most famous wordless national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion medalists.
They played that fast to make sure they could get as much of it in as possible before it was faded out. It's like the Oscars. You get your minute, we'll fade you out otherwise.
Was that slightly faster than the Spanish anthem should be?
Absolutely.
If only we had a Spanish director in our ears that could tell us, and in my ear he said, it is. It was a little bit quicker. Thanks, Manu, for that information. Whenever it sounds as though we're quite intelligent and know what we're talking about, it's usually Manu's just said something in our ear. And now let's go back to the shot put.
This is the men's F41. And throwing for Poland is our leader, Bartosz Tyszowski. There's supposed to be 2 Iraqi athletes in this who did not start, so I presume there must have been visa trouble, particularly as they did very well at London 2012. And Tyszowski has been ever improving, and that surely looks to be beyond 12 meters. 11.73 and 11.94 is 2 throws so far. He's doing really well here.
Where have we heard that before? That looks about 12 meters. And then when it does, though, actually, that one does look about 12 meters. But I thought my one did, and when they measured it, it was only just about 11. Such a shame that the Iraqis are not here. The whole Kenyan team hasn't come because of visa problems. Such a shame for the games when they run into visa issues. Especially with a country like Kenya that has such a fantastic tradition. You were absolutely right, 12.18 for Tyszowski of Poland.
And that is a new lifetime best.
And at the moment, that means that he goes into the lead, and I guess that means he's the world record holder. If it's a new discipline and it's never been done before and we haven't got a world record.
Actually, that's quite true. It's the first ever F41 competition because the current world and championship records are held by F40s. But we're back to the track and the first semi-final of the T54 men's 400.
So actually what he did with that throw, he said a PB, an SB, a CR and a WR, all with one throw.
And an AR.
And an AR, an area record as well. So there's Jake Lappin from Australia. This is Eric Hightower. He's got a good PB, 48.62.
Lane 3, representing Thailand.
Couloir 3 représentant la Thaïlande,
Seychen Konyen of Thailand, a PB of 47.05.
Lane 4, representing Canada.
Couloir 4 représentant le Canada, Curtis Stop.
Curtis Tom. I know I want to call him Tom Curtis, but he's not. He's Curtis Tom. Personal best 47.20.
Representing the Netherlands.
This is the guy to watch out for. Remember him from London, Kenny van Wiegel of the Netherlands.
Line 6, representing Venezuela.
And outside him, Juan Valadares of Venezuela, 47.56, his PB, but so far this season just 50.25. There's Colin Matheson of Canada, 48.45, his personal best, 48.73 this season. And the Australian on the outside, that's Matthew Cameron. So here we go then, it's the first three from each semi-final and the two fastest losers. It's the men's 400 metres, the T54. Australian Jake Lappin, USA's Eric Hightower, Konyen of Thailand, Tom of Canada, Van Wiegel of the Netherlands, Valadares of Venezuela, Matheson of Canada and Cameron of Australia. And they're all away very well indeed. Kenny Van Wiegel going very well for Netherlands. Very distinctive in the orange there. And he looks very well set to qualify indeed. Looking for a time of around about 49 seconds for this, but they won't expend too much energy as they come around the bend here. And from Thailand, going very well indeed, it's Konyen. It's Konyen from Thailand. Curtis Tom on the inside. And Kenny Van Wiegel, who started very well, is going to have to come in third place, but that will be good enough. So the first three there, the three in the middle, Konyen of Thailand, Tom of Canada, Van Wiegel of the Netherlands. They're all safely through to the final of the 400 metres, the T54. We'll have a look at the times and see whether or not that was a quick one, because the two fastest qualifiers will also advance to this final. 48.08, the winning time. And that was for the Thai competitor, Saichen Konyen. And Kenny Van Wiegel went out very quickly and then slowed down, I think just saving his energy because he's one of the form competitors. Curtis Tom, 48.22. Kenny Van Wiegel, 48.86. And Colin Matheson of Canada will have to wait and see if he qualifies, as will Matthew Cameron of Australia. But very impressive performance from the Thai competitor there, Saichen Konyen, Curtis Tom and Kenny Van Wiegel. And I think Van Wiegel, who stormed away in the orange in the first 200 metres. I think he was saving himself in the last 200. But very good performances for all the competitors there. Just shaking hands, the Dutchman and the Thai competitor. So let's have a look at the results from that first T54 400 metres semi-final. Comfortably qualifying, Saichen Konyen of Thailand, 48.08, Curtis Tom of Canada, 48.22, and Kenny Van Wiegel with lots to spare, 48.86 for the Netherlands, and Matheson and Cameron will have to wait.
Now let's move back to the field, and one of the two shot put finals that is currently underway here at the wonderful Stade de Rhône. It's a tremendous stadium here. Capacity of around 5,000, which has been increased by 3 temporary stands for these 2013 IPC Athletics World Championships. So this is the halfway situation. Tushowski with the longest throw so far, 12.18. Karen Duke in second. Next up for Britain, then Jonathan Santos for Brazil. They're all F41 here. So I think Ivan's appearance at the top is more than likely a ghost in the system. He is due to be next to throw. Bogatriev in 5th place. He's thrown 9.40. So Bogatriev will be the first to throw. Yeah, he is indeed in 5th place. Dushovsky in the lead with 12.18 with that personal best. And that will not clear 10 meters, but it might just be a slight improvement at 9.40 for Bogatriev.
Yeah, so they won't actually measure that because he wasn't happy with it, so he actually did just put his foot over it to make it into a cross. So he's in 5th place, so just confirmation that it's Dushovsky of Poland leading from Kyron Duke of Great Britain, and it's Jonathan Santos of Brazil in 3rd place. The German Matthias Mester is in 4th, and Bogatriev just stepping over the front there. So they won't measure that, he stays 5th.
So this is the second semi-final of the men's 400 meters T54, which features Kim Gu-dae of Korea. Actually did quite well in London. Mark Shu of Germany is in lane 3. Very good personal best, but he hasn't matched that at all this season. Season's best is 4 seconds slower than that.
Representing Canada,
Alexandre Dupont is in lane 4 for Canada.
lane 5.
A man who needs no introduction, but we'll give him one anyway. One of the greats, Marcel Hug. He's the defending champion from Christchurch 2011 and who won gold yesterday in the 10,000 meters. He did that in a relatively slow 23 minutes, but it's still a much faster time than what we'll see in Moscow next month. Zhang Lixin, who's won gold in this event at the last 2 Paralympic Games. 4 gold in Beijing in 2008.
Representing Colombia,
Saro Fernandez Lopez of Colombia.
lane
He's in
8.
7, and in 8 is Richard Nicholson of Australia. Very close to his personal best this year, and a very good wildcard candidate. First 3 will go through to the final, plus the 2 fastest losers. Kim Gu-dae in 2, Shu in 3, Dupont, Hug, Zhang, Fernandez Lopez and Nicholson. 7 in this. And they're away. 48.97 is the time to aim for the fastest losers, but it's all about getting into the first 3. Great start by Mark Shu of Germany in lane 3. Hug maintaining a very good position on 5, and he's caught up on Zhang Lixin alongside, but it might be between these two. Also fancy Richard Nicholson to maybe do something in lane 8, but Shu has absolutely zipped away. It's a very good start, but now Kim Gu-dae of Korea in 2 has done a very good job of playing catch-up. Hug is still working well as they begin to level up, and it's Hug who's in the lead. The Canadian Dupont also flying right now. Shu of Germany moves up into 2nd place, but nobody's going to catch Marcel Hug, and he only looks as if he's going at 50% pace. And here goes Kim to take 2nd. Shu is in 3rd. It was an awful start by Kim, but he still came up to take 2nd place. Shu in 3rd. And Marcel Hug won that very easily, 47.63. What's a season's best for him, and it's only 0.03 of a second away from the championship record. And it was like Usain Bolt easing up on the line, and that's very much what he did, Marcel Hug. It was a very, very good performance. 47.64, and he really did ease up towards the end. I think that was quite obvious. Kim wanted to make sure, because I'm pretty certain he couldn't see what was happening in the outside lane, so he went up to take 2nd. 3rd going through automatically as well, and that was Mark Shu. Dupont 4th, 49.49 wasn't enough, so the 2 fastest losers will come from the first semi-final. It was very easy in the end for Marcel Hug, and he had a lot to spare there for the final. And all the other events in which he's competing, he only has 1 day off here. So the winning time, 47.64. It's been rounded down to a personal best for Kim and second for Korea. Mark Shu third for Germany. The rest bow out.
Huggy Bear winning that one. That's the nickname of Marcel Hoog. Call him Hug. So let's go back to the shot put.
Bartosz Dyszowski leads this, 12.18 in the previous round. It's a personal best. I'm certainly only counting world records at the end of this competition, but nominally it is.
No, it must be a world record now. If you do it, it's a world record straight away. Maybe it has to be ratified, but that we'll give it to him. That's definitely a world record. So he's thrown 11.73, 11.94, and his last one, 12.18. And is that further than that? No.
Doubt it.
That's just under 12, I would say.
It's Karen Duke, by the way, currently second for Britain with 11.39, and Jonathan Santos third for Brazil, 11.36. Bit of a gap to fourth and fifth outside the medals.
And a bit of a mystery, this one, because it's a new category, so it's never been before in the championship, so we have no championship record, no world record. But at the moment, it's Dyszowski of Poland from Duke of Great Britain, Santos of Brazil, and Mester of Germany, I think, still has some throws left in him. And struggling at the back is Bogochiev of Russia, and the two Iraqis haven't come. So there is Dyszowski, 11.72.
It's actually his worst throw so far, but he is attempting to make his mark in parasport in Poland. So Marcel Hoog, the fastest, only 0.04 of a second outside the championship record. Konchen of Thailand was second fastest. Tom, Kim, Shu, Van Weigel, Mathieson and Cameron.
And I would say that final's very much going to be between the Thai competitor and the Swiss competitor, but Kenny Van Weigel as well. Honestly, he was coasting. So it'll be between those three. Probably Curtis Tom would also fancy his chances. We shall see what happens with that one.
Anything can happen in a final. Bogachev, his penultimate attempt in the F41 men's shot put final, realistically needs to improve by 1.5 meters. And judging from his throw so far, that's going to be a big ask for the Russian.
Shot put continues, and very soon on the track we'll have the final of the men's 200 meters, the T11. Now, we saw some great runs yesterday. Remember Lucas Prado and Anaya Shikongo of Namibia doing very well. Prado of Brazil, Daniel Silva of Brazil, and they're all in the final, coming up very shortly, up against David Brown of the United States. That is the one for the blind runners. It's 200 meters, it's the T11 category, it's the most visually impaired category, completely blind. Everyone will have to wear the blindfolds just to make it a level playing field.
9.43, slight improvement, only by 3 centimeters, and he remains in fifth. Now, the women's shot put is also going on at the other end of the field. This is the F55, 56, 57 category. At the moment, the 1, 2, 3 in this involves Ivanka Kuleva. She's moved up into second place. Her best throw is 8.93, and that was it. Third place for Ireland, Orla Barry, 7.20. And Bugenhagen of Germany leads, 7.70. But it's done in terms of points. So it's Bugenhagen who leads, Kuleva second, Orla Barry is in third. Currently throwing Larissa Volik of Russia. She has her warm-up throws.
Forward before you can come up, and you're doing it before.
And that's not her coach who's speaking, but one of the judges, the flag judge on this near side.
Out of sight, the men's 200 meters T11 final. They're just practicing their starts. This is for the completely blind athletes with their guide, so crucial in a 200 meters to practice your starts. So let's have a look at the final of the men's 200 meters, the T11. We saw the semis yesterday. It's Daniel Silva of Brazil up against his compatriot Lucas Prado. Anaya Shikongo, so impressive yesterday from Namibia, and David Brown from the United States. And these really are the two to watch. Lucas Prado of Brazil, the world record holder with a time of 22.48. Anaya Shikongo, so impressive. Yesterday setting a championship record of 22.67. Before the competition started, I would have said it was between the Brazilians, Silva and Prado. but the Namibian yesterday looked so good. He's going to be my tip, Anias Shikongo. So they're just waiting for the start. This is going to be a cracking race.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the athletes for the final of the men's 200 meters T11.
The athletes just being introduced to the crowd. We'll get a nice close-up look at them as well. We have a small mobile camera that goes down trackside. There it is. And we can see competitor 228, Daniel Silva, and alongside him wearing the guide vest is Heitor Celes.
Representing Brazil.
Very respectful bow from Daniel Silva, such an experienced competitor in Paralympic athletics. Waves to the crowd, his guide gives him a big shriek. Heitor Celes, Daniel Silva, the world record holder.
And the world record holder representing Brazil.
Lucas Prado of Brazil in lane 3, personal best 22:48, which is the world record time. He beat Silva. So it's Prado who's the world record holder. Leoso Martins is his guide. Now this is the guy who yesterday set a new championship record. Look at him dancing about. I remember he did this yesterday. I thought, don't dance too much, you're going to wear yourself out. But he then set a championship record, so it's obviously in his route. He looks like he's taking a fitness class, doesn't he? You can imagine him saying, get those knees up. Oh, and the crowd loving him. Anias Shikongo. And alongside him from the United States, David Brown. Roland Slade is his guide. Very, very different body language from the American. Standing still, almost like one of those statues you see in the street, where they put a hat down and you put some money in and they move very, very slightly. And also, he had all of the white stuff over his glasses. They all have to wear the glasses just in case there's any sort of sight at all to make it a level playing field. But this is the most visually impaired for the blind runners, the T11 category, 200 meters. This is probably the most eagerly awaited race so far on the schedule. We've got some great athletes coming up later. Tatiana McFadden. We've already seen the great Marcel Hoog in action. Got Raymond Martin of the States, the 18-year-old wonder kid of the States, who's so strong already and he's only just a kid. That's all coming up later. But now it's all about this T11, 200 meters. And they will ask for complete silence in the stadium so that the blind competitors can hear their instructions from their guide. It's okay for me to talk because I'm right over the other side of the stadium. We're just level with the finish line and they are on the 200-meter start, diagonally opposite to the left. And they're away. It's Daniel Silva of Brazil, Lucas Prado of Brazil, Shikongo of Namibia, and David Brown of the United States. And let's see as they come around the bend who's in the lead here. Both the Brazilians going very well, Shikongo struggling slightly. It's Prado of Brazil going very well, and David Brown in the red going very well for the States. It's the Brazilian in the lead, Lucas Prado, the world record holder, the Namibians in second. Lucas Prado of Brazil has won it. Prado of Brazil wins it, and Shikongo of Namibia is second. So the world record holder has won it. The championship record holder has finished second. It's a time of 22:55. 22:55. And that is, I believe, a new championship record because it was 22:67, Shikongo's record. 22:55, it's confirmed it's a championship record. It's up on the board now. Lucas Prado of Brazil, the world record holder, is now the IPC Athletics world champion in the T11 in a new championship record time. 22:55. And the guide couldn't keep up with him.
Guide absolutely let him go just to make sure. Prado, it's one of the fastest runs in history. It was only 700ths of a second outside the world record. They were not bound together, and the guide just said, you go. And he did, and he won gold.
It was almost as though the guide couldn't keep up with him because Prado was absolutely flying, and the guide did absolutely the right thing. Said, you just keep going in a straight line, you're going to win this, keep going for Brazil. And he did. Fantastic glasses as well, Lucas Prado is wearing. Makes him look a bit like a fly because the flag of Brazil almost looks like a little pupil in the middle. You can imagine the circle and then the diamond around it. And Fantastic stuff. So there, confirmation of that championship record, 22:55. Lucas Prado of Brazil, he's absolutely delighted. Let's have a look at the full check then and see what times everybody else did. 22:55 Lucas Prado for the gold. Anaya Shikongo 22:71 for Namibia. He got the silver, and Daniel Silva gets the bronze. And another interesting thing about the time there is almost a metre per second against the wind, 0.9 metres per second. So it could have been a lot faster if there'd been no wind at all. So there we are, Prado getting the gold, Shikongo getting the silver, and Silva getting the bronze. I like saying that. I thought I'd run through it again because Silva got the bronze.
Now let's have a look at the men's shot put, and that is another really worthy throw in this F41 final for Bartosz Ciszowski. 12.12, it's not quite as long as so far, 12.18 is his best, but he stays in the gold medal position, ahead of Jonathan Santos of Brazil, who's moved into second, and Karen Duke of Britain in third. And we have another medal ceremony, a lot of those this morning, and this is the men's long jump T36, which was competed for yesterday. Poland, another nation now doing very well in field events.
Silver medalist representing Poland.
Masa Milsarek picking up the bronze medal. There's a world record in this, and actually, man who achieved it will be seeing very soon this afternoon. Aiming for multi-medals here. It's Mariusz Szopczak of Poland who gets the silver, 5.22.
World champion representing Ukraine.
And Roman Pavlik is back in action in about an hour's time, but he set a world record yesterday in this men's long jump T36, and he gets the gold for that, 5.44 meters.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
And now, probably missing the final three notes, the excellent national anthem of Ukraine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champions medalists.
Because if they're going to cut it off, I may as well sing the last three notes. If the national anthem is 62 seconds, I don't understand why they should cut it at 60. But the Ukraine have the gold medal, and they are top of the medals table with 3 gold. Now we're joining the end of the men's shot put. This is the F41, and the medals not quite decided yet. Jonathan Santos, who was throwing third last, leaping up to 11.67 with his penultimate throw, which was an improvement of 31 meters. There's still a chance of gold, but that is now gone. Had to improve realistically by about half a meter, and he won't do that now. So it is silver at best, and he could still be overtaken for that. He's walked out, so it goes down as a foul against Jonathan Santos. And it will be another Santos for Brazil winning a medal. Well, Kyron Duke, this is very important. He dropped down to the bronze medal position as a result of Santos's penultimate throw. 11.22 is best so far. Rather, that was in the last round. 11.39 is his best, but needs to improve by 30 centimeters in order to get the silver medal back. Now we have another medal ceremony which we will be beholden to show you, but watching live, not entirely certain that that has been an improvement for Duke. This is the medal ceremony for the men's high jump. T42-44, which was another fabulous event. World record weight to this also. One of those in the jump events yesterday. Jonathan Rube Edwards picks up the silver medal for Britain. It was a great way of celebrating though for our gold medalist and new world record holder. Lepiata. 2:13, the new world record, breaking his old mark by 2 centimeters, and he wisely chose not to go on from there. So it's gold for Poland here, and it's gold for Poland in the men's shot put. Tuszowski's mark has not been succeeded, which means very shortly we'll be hearing this national anthem again, that of Poland.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion medalists.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés mondiaux.
Well, it was a great triumph by Lepiata. 2:13, good standard of jump. So Poland succeeding in that. And if you look towards the canopy away to the back, to round things off, Bartosz Tuszowski, who has won the gold medal now in the inaugural F41 men's shot put. This a championship record, 12:18. Actually very close to the F40 championship record all the same. Kyron Duke could only throw 11.64. It was a big improvement, by the way, for third, and he was only 3 centimeters away from silver. But that's another good effort by Tuszowski. He's been nothing if not consistent. His 5 throws so far have all been good, and there's only been barely half a meter between all of them. Worthy congratulations for our new world champion. Bartosz Tuszowski becomes the first ever gold medalist in an F41 men's shot put.
Thank you.
He deserves the good wishes. 11.99, and just look at those marks, very little between them, and he is a worthy gold medalist. Tuszowski winning with 12.18. Well, the action continues here, and now it's the final of the men's T12 200 meters. 4 in this, in case athletes desire a guide, and none of them do. Maximiliano Rodriguez, Maggie of Spain, the bronze medalist from Christchurch, 2011.
He got the silver medal.
Fedor Trikulic, one of the greats from Russia.
Representing the Russian Federation.
Gold at London 2012 in the 100 meters. Silver medalist in this, in Christchurch. And he won silver behind this man, Maciej Galski of Poland. Won silver behind Trikulic, London 2012. So the 100 and 200, they both won gold and silver, and a colour of each. He's the world record holder from London 2012 in this. And he broke the championship record in the semi-final. We also have the world champion in this from Christchurch. That's in Loganov of Russia. So 4 quality men in this field who have both recent championships. All 4 of these have won a medal, but somebody's going to miss out today. So it's Rodriguez Maggi of Spain in 1, Trikulic of Russia in 3, Michalski of Poland in 5, Loganov of Russia is in lane 7. This could be a very fast time indeed. The world record 21:56, championship record 21:85. Rodriguez Maggi, Trikulic, Michalski, Loganov, lanes 1, 3, 5, and 7. All passed up the opportunity of having a guide. They will be their own guides, and it's a really solid start from them all. Trikulic and Michalski particularly. Loganov looking very good on the outside. Michalski leading as they hit the bend, but Trikulic not that far behind either. At the moment, looks to be between Michalski and Trikulic. Michalski with a slight lead with 50 to go, but Trikulic trying to fight back. But the man who won gold in this in 2012 is going to win gold in 2013. Michalski, Trikulic, and Loganov. The 1, 2, 3. It's 21.80, and that's a new championship record. Michalski beating the mark that he set yesterday, and that was a really solid performance by Maciej Michalski. And Rodriguez Maggi, who won bronze in 2011, will have to content himself with 4th this time. That's been rounded down to 21.76, which is a new championship record. Trikulic in 2nd place, Loganov in 3rd, a championship record which definitively is 21.78. But it was a very good race as we were expecting. He just tore away in the final 20 metres. And there was not much that Trikulic could do about that. Loganov in the outside lane in lane 3 could really only watch on. And Michalski knew he had it, but there will be a chance of revenge for Trikulic in the 100. It's also a season's best for him of 21.78. He holds the world record, which is 2200s faster than that from London 2012. 21.78 the winning time, the new championship record. Trikulic 2nd, Loganov 3rd, and there's quite a headwind.
So 1.6 metres is the headwind at the moment. Now I can't really feel a breeze up here. I could quite do with a bit of a headwind at the moment just to cool us down a little bit up the top here. But they're running into a headwind of 1.6 metres per second. Now let's catch up with some events that have been taking place while we've been watching the track action. So confirmation of the men's shot put. Bartosz Tyżowski with a personal best 12.18 is the first ever champion in the F41 category. It's a new category. It's for athletes of shorter stature. The F40 was the regular one, and now they've introduced the 41, which is a taller one. So he's the first ever champion in that. Let's see what's happened in the men's discus while I've been away. So in leading at the moment is Dong of China, Zhabniak of Ukraine is in silver, and Henley of Australia in bronze at the moment. Got some more track action coming up as well. The women's 200 metres, the T13 category. Just having a look at the discus action here. Frenchman in last place at the moment that we're seeing there, Tambadou.
Moussa Tambadou as well down the field. There was a huge field for this, by the way. This men's discus F37, 38, 2 categories here, so it's decided by points. 16 competitors, and he's 16th, the local lad at the moment. This is Guy Henley, who's in bronze medal position at the moment. He's set a new regional record with 51.13 in the discus.
And he'll look to see now if he can catch up with the two traps ahead of him. He's thrown 51.13, which gives him 968 points. Ahead of him is Javelin of the Ukraine, who's thrown 51.46, 970 points. But in the lead, it's Dong of China, the world record holder, and he's thrown 51.99 today. That's 975 points. The world record that he held himself is 55.81. Here goes the Australian, Guy Henley. Gives it an almighty throw. And it's out towards the 50-metre line, just below that. He's already thrown 51.13 today. 51.10 was his second throw, and his third throw looked to me to be under 50 metres, so that won't trouble the lead. I was having a chat with some of the volunteers, and I said to them, can you give me 10 interesting facts about Lyon? All the volunteers, there's 1,200 of them, do a fantastic job in these games, and each city really does depend on the volunteers to give the spirit of the games, and they're fantastic here in Lyon. The French people have really risen to this challenge. So fact number one, we're going to run through these this morning. Wherever we need a little bit of time filling, I'm going to give you a fact about Lyon. How do you feel about that? Very excited, no doubt. Fact number one, which is given to me by one of the volunteers, is that Lyon was created in 43 BC, and then they put in brackets before Paris, because very much a rivalry of Paris here. Lyon's the second largest city in France, Paris of course the largest. It was created in 43 BC by the Romans. It was called Lugdunum, and it was capital of the French territory in Roman days. And again, the volunteers are very proud of that. We were the capital. We were occupied, but we were the capital of the Roman territory. So that's Lyon, created back in 43 BC before Paris. More exciting facts about the city of Lyon to come in the programme. You probably can't wait.
Went for a little walk around the city last night. Absolutely beautiful, wonderfully lit up. The Rhone, very wide, flows right through the city. Series of bridges, some wonderful walkways around here, as well as Mohammedan with a superb throw for Egypt. Now he's in 5th place at the moment, and that's not very far away from 50 metres. Currently leading, 51.99 is Jia Dong of China. Nicola Javelin of the Ukraine is in second, 51.46. Guy Henley third for Australia, 51.13. But because it's F37 and F38, it's decided by points. We've had a continental record as well by Guy Henley, that 51.13. Improvement needed from Ramadan of about 1.5 meters from the 47.68 that he had.
So we're going back to the track now for the women's 200 metres, the T13 category. There's Beth Woodward of Great Britain. And we met Beth Woodward's parents on the first day we were here. We were out just having a meal in a restaurant. We met her parents. That's Lisa Gauss of South Africa. There's the Russian girl, Evgenia Trishnikova. Personal best of 30.03 set this season. Fastest times in the race are Beth Woodward and this lady, Joanna Benson, a PB of 29.26. Phenomenal athlete from Namibia, did very well in London 2012. I would expect that Benson would qualify, and Woodward would qualify, and possibly Shushnikova or this lady, Neda Bahi of Tunisia. Going to have 3 qualifiers from each heat, and the next 2 fastest. There's 2 semi-finals to get us 8 into the final. Heather Jameson of Ireland. Heather's fastest time this season is 32.23. Personal best 31.80. I was waiting to see how the announcer was going to say the name of the Icelandic girl, Matilda Thorsteindottir. I think was something like
Thorsteinsdottir.
Thorsteindottir. Thorsteindottir.
Because her father's name would be Thorstein.
Yeah. Thorstein's daughter. So it's like Magnussen's is Magnus's son. So it's, but I'm going to say Thorstein. Thorsteindottir. Daughter of Thorstein. Wonder if he's here. Maybe we'll meet him in a cafe. We did meet Beth Woodward's parents in a cafe. Lovely little brasserie, Brasserie La Palma. Just nearby, had chicken and chips. So off they go. Beth Woodward in 2, Gauss in 3, Trishnikova in 4, Benson in 5, Bahi in 6, Jameson in 7, and Thorsteindottir in 8. And who's showing well here as they come round the bend? Johnson Jameson going very well. Coming up, it's a very good run in the middle as we expected from Joanna Benson. And Beth Woodward coming through now. Beth Woodward and Joanna Benson as we expected. It's Benson who's going to qualify, so too is Woodward and Evgenia Trushnikova. They are the first three over the line. Great run from Joanna Benson. Beth Woodward had a good second half of the race. And Trushnikova got the third place, and I didn't see who the fourth was, but we'll see that when that comes up. But Joanna Benson, 29.20. And it's an area record for Namibia's Joanna Benson, African record. Beth Woodward second, Trushnikova 29.68 in third place, and Bahi is the person who'll have to wait, 30.17. So Joanna Benson, 29.20. What an impressive start. Just behind her, 29.44. Beth Woodward. Good run from Beth there. And there's, we'll bring you confirmation of the three qualifiers, but it is definitely Benson, and then Woodward, and then Trushnikova. And a new European record for Beth Woodward. So Joanna Benson with an African record, 29.20. I think she's definitely going to be the hot favourite for the final. Looking very relaxed, very happy. And it's a championship record as well. So confirmation there, Joanna Benson with an African record, Beth Woodward with a European record, and Trushnikova with the season's best. They are the three definite qualifiers. We'll wait to see what happens in the second semi.
And back to the men's discus, which is currently being led by Ji Dong of China. 51.99 the distance. Leandro Ricci of Argentina. Stepped out, so it's his second foul out of 3, and he is out. Needed to get an improvement of 10 meters. And on the basis of his morning, that was quite an ask.
Let's give you a second interesting fact about Lyon. Well known for its worldwide gastronomy. Paul Bocuse, famous cook, has some great restaurants, de bouchons, they tend to call them here, typical restaurants. Quenelles, Cousin Lyonnais, and Paul Bocuse, some of the places you should visit. Well known for its gastronomy. Interesting facts about Lyon supplied by some of the 1,200 volunteers. So let's have a look at the women's shot put, which has been taking place while we've been having some of the track action. Great to see Joanna Benson doing so well.
Well, currently leading is Martina Villing. Best throw is 9 meters 03. Marianne Bugenhagen led this for a while. The best throw 7 meters 70, and it is a combined category, which means it's decided on points. So that's 850 points for her. Has her in third place. No, we have a big audience in Ireland, by the way. Orla Barry is in 6th place at the moment. Best throw 7 meters 20, 605 points. A little bit off the pace. Bugenhagen in third, 770. That translates into 850 points. Quite tightly bunched the top 5. At the moment it's Germany, Russia, Germany, the 1, 2, 3. Villing leading, 903, that's 950 points. Volika Russia second, 9 meters 32, that's 867 points. As we return to the discus and Nicolas Jabniak with his third throw. He's currently lying in second place, 51.46, and that is nowhere close, so he'll step out.
So we've got that second semi-final in the T13 women's 200 meters coming up to see who's going to qualify, along with Benson, Woodward and Trushnikova. Let's just have a look at this again. Perfect poise. Not happy with that one, walking out the front.
So now the second semi-final of the women's 200 meters T37. And again, the field in this is quite strong. Features the defending champion from Christchurch, representing Great Britain, Katrina Hart, and the 100 metres gold medalist from London 2012, Mandy Francoise Ali. Anna Sapoznikova of Russia we saw. This is Katrina Hart of Britain. Won gold 2 years ago.
She got the bronze medal.
Maria
in the
Seifert
Paralympic
of
Games,
Germany.
representing
Bronze
Germany.
medalist in this at the last 2 Paralympic Games.
Au dernier Jeux paralympiques représentant l'Allemagne, Maria Seifert.
Lane 5.
For Ukraine.
She got the bronze medal in the
Victoria
last World
Kravchenko.
Championships, representing Ukraine.
Bronze in 2011, silver at Beijing 2008, silver in the 400 at London 2012 for Kravchenko.
Lane 6, representing the
Asks a lot of Zhana Fekalina of Russia. Try and progress against the field like this. And the gold medalist in the 100
Lane 7.
last year in London.
She's the Paralympic champion.
Big chair
on the
coming
100 meters.
for Mandy
Representing
Francoise.
France.
Toulon 7, champion paralympique sur 100 mètres, représentant la France.
Just a reminder, if you want to shout out for any athletes that you're supporting, wherever you're watching throughout the world on Paralympic Sport TV, just put a message on Twitter at IPC Athletics and we will give you a shout out. Loads of people watching, I've no doubt, for Sabra Hawks back in the United States. At IPC Athletics is our Twitter handle. And also it's worth watching that because our social media team put all sorts of interesting pictures up and behind the scenes stories. And have a look at that.
So 30.17 is the time being targeted by the fastest losers. It's the first 3 and the next 2 who qualify. Sapoznikova of Russia in 2, Hart of Britain in 3, Seifert Germany 4, Kravchenko Ukraine 5, Fekalina Russia 7, Francoise Ali of France in 7, and Sabra Hawks of the United States in lane 8. We've already seen the London 2012 champion in the previous semi-final winning. That was Johanna Benson of Namibia. They're away the first time of asking. Hart needing to get off to a good start in 3, but Sapoznikova on the inside in lane 2 is doing very well. Seifert also of Germany, picking very well. Bronze in the last 2 Paralympic Games. And Hawks of the USA in 8 is looking superb. Francoise Ali of France now, making her way towards the front, cheered by a home crowd. Sapoznikova of Russia is doing well, and I think Hart might just make it as well, but Francoise Ali wins. 28.37 is a new world record. Sapoznikova and Hart also made it, but we've had a world record in the semi-final, breaking the 13-year-old mark of Lisa McIntosh, which was 28.42, and that's been rounded down even further, 28.35. Francoise Ali of France has a world record in France, and that's absolutely spectacular. Brilliant. Sapoznikova was in 2nd place, and the outgoing defending world champion Hart looked to me to be in 3rd, and yet to be confirmed, but the world record has been 28.35. We've had very good crowds for the 3 days so far, including the opening ceremony on Friday night, where it was an absolute packed house. And they absolutely loved that. Just look at the effort on her face. That was almost a second inside her personal best. Hart has been confirmed now in 3rd place for Great Britain, so she qualifies for the final. But that was a fantastic run by Mandy Francoise Ali. A new world record, 28.35. Sapoznikova and Hart through also. What a run that was. One that'll be remembered by the crowd here for a long time. And I know it's the final day of the Tour de France, but that could be front page stuff in L'Equipe tomorrow, certainly page 2. Francoise Ali making it 28.35. Sapoznikova and Hart also through. Seifert and Kravchenko will have to wait, but not for long. Slight wind helping Francoise Ali.
So the wind direction has changed quite drastically because it was hindering with about a metre. Now it's 0.2 in their favour. So that really did help the French. And as you say, the Tour de France finishing just a little bit up the road in Paris. This room of Great Britain will lead the procession in. Tradition on the last day that no one overtakes.
Zhao Dong of China leads the discus, 51.99 is best so far. He is 5 points clear and around 50 centimeters clear of the second placer from the Ukraine, Mikola Zhabniak. And this is how he did it. This was his very first throw of the competition.
Earlier we saw Lucas Prado winning the gold in the 200 meters T11. Just got some quotes in from Lucas. He said this is the blind runner, remember, with the guide, and the guide just sort of held back and let him go over the line way ahead of him. I don't think he can keep up, to be honest. Lucas Prado, quote for the Brazilian, said, "I had a strong start coming into the home straight. I could feel I was in first place, but my guide was screaming at me. I didn't know if I was still winning. I wanted to celebrate, but I didn't. I wasn't sure I'd won." Well, you can celebrate, Lucas. You did win, and you will be getting your gold medal later.
Medal ceremony for the men's javelin, F33 and F34. And Ryan Montgomery, the head of IPC Athletics, on the right-hand side, and occasionally not a bad commentator. A well-known Scot, involved in Scottish athletics and Irish athletics for quite a while. Was involved in the organisation of a few European athletics championships, but now with the IPC based in Bonn. This was a really good event yesterday, ultra competitive, and the world record was tested on a number of occasions. Eventually, the world record was broken in this 5 times. So Mauricio Valencia of Colombia wins the bronze medal. At one stage, the old world record set in London of Mohsen Qaidi of Iran was broken by Wang Yanzhang of China, 39.45. 40 meters had never been broken in this discipline before. Qaidi had broken his own world record in the morning. Wang came back, broke that to take the lead, and then Qaidi's final 3 throws were all world records, one after the other, all beyond 40 meters. And he gets another gold to add to his large collection. Good results for Iran in the field events generally at competitions such as this, and Qaidi has another gold medal. 43.41 is new world record.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able for the national anthem of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Here is the Iranian national anthem for the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champions medalists.
So gold for Iran, and probably not the last time this week for a field event that we will get to hear that anthem.
Let's have a look at some of your messages on Twitter. Jack Woods says, loving the coverage from New Zealand. Go Kiwis. Another message from John Morgan. Delighted for Kyron Duke. Bronze in the F41 shot put with a throw of 11.64. Great performance.
Well, now a lady who medalled in London in the women's shot put, this the F55, 56, 57, so it's decided by points. Nadia Mejmej, she's medaled at the last 2 Paralympic Games. She's just thrown 9.53. to go second outright. And this throw will bring us to the halfway stage of the competition. The throwers in this have 3 at a time, which means those who started at 9:45 have had to wait an hour and a half for the first half of the competition to end. There's another medal ceremony coming, but she'll get a 3rd throw in before that. Very close to 10 meters. Good consistency. And probably needs to almost touch 10 meters, I would say, to take the lead. She's about 70 points behind Martina Willing of Germany, who has thrown an F56 championship record of 9 meters 03, given 950 points. Larissa Volek of Russia is 3rd, Bugenhagen of Germany 4th, Callahan of the USA 5th, Kaleva and Todorova, Bulgaria 6th and 7th. Orla Barry of Ireland is in 8th place at the moment, but this is not her main event. 9:52 is 1 centimetre behind her best so far today. Medal ceremonies coming thick and fast. This was a really good race yesterday. The men's 10,000 metres T54, and one of the big names getting the gold medal in this.
Just a reminder, if you've missed any of the action, then it's all on our YouTube channel, ParalympicSport.tv. All yesterday's action, all the action you've missed this morning, you can all catch up with it. And we bring you all of these medal ceremonies.
It's a really good burst to the line in this, by the way. And it was Jean-Paul Campare who won the bronze medal. A couple of good Japanese competitors in this, in Sho Watanabe and Kota Okanue. Really good blanket finish in the end. Watanabe took the silver, and the gold going to Marcel Hug. This discipline not competed for in London. It is Swiss gold for Hug. Once he hit the front with around 200 to go, the man in the steel helmet was not going to be denied a glittering prize for a fine parasport athlete.
The man of steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able.
So it's gold for Switzerland for Marcel Hug, and here is their anthem. For many more of those, does Marcel Hug.
And he really is the man of steel with that shiny steel helmet he always wears for Switzerland. You always hear the cowbells when the Swiss athletes do well. And I read this morning in the paper that the director of Superman, the Man of Steel, is going to be the director of a new film, which for the first time, wait for this, Will, for the first time, Batman and Superman in the same film.
That's the Justice League, is it?
Something like that, yeah. And it's been directed by the director of Man of Steel. But we've got lots of superheroes in action here this afternoon, and one of them is Marcel Hug, Huggy Bear. And there he goes, back with his gold medal. And he's competing every single day except for next Saturday. And the photographer's just going to get a nice close-up of his gold medal. Man of Steel with the gold. Now we've got the men's 100 metres, the T36 category coming up very shortly. They'll just be getting ready at the far end of the track. Got some good Brits going in this. Graham Ballard will go in the second semi. He's the world record holder. And Ben Rushgrove will go in the semi-final we are about to see. So let's have a look at the runners in this first semi-final. It's Marcin Milcharek of Poland, Marino Marquez of Colombia, Roman Pavlik of the Ukraine. We saw him in action yesterday, looked very, very good indeed. Ben Rushgrove of Great Britain, Tommy Chazanov of the United States, and Andrei Zhenov of Russia. So those are the runners in there. Just looking at some of the personal bests.
Representing Poland.
Well, here are the records. Graham Ballard is the record holder. He goes, the world record holder. He goes in the second semi. And So YY holds the championship record from Hong Kong. There's Marcin Milcharek of Poland. Colombian in lane 4. That's Juan Marino Marquez. Personal best 12.81.
Paralympic Games and World Championships representing Ukraine.
He's the bronze medalist from London 2012, Roman Pavlik, PB of 12.26. There's Ben Rushgrove from Great Britain, 12.25 his PB.
Representing Great Britain.
12.72, Ben's fastest so far this season. Outside of him is the American Tommy Chazanov.
United States of America.
Not expected to figure, particularly. He's only got a PB of 13.39. And there's the Russian Andrei Zhenov in lane 8. 12.53 his personal best. So the ones to look out for here, Roman Pavlik, Ben Rushgrove, and probably Juan Marino Marquez as well. And the pole in lane 3 looking quite good as well. So 3 people will go through definitely from this semi-final, 3 from the next semi-final, and then the 2 fastest losers, giving us 8 in the final. This is the T13 category. This is for runners with cerebral palsy. And what you will note with these races is that the runners will tie up towards the end of the race. Particularly notable in the 400 metres in the cerebral palsy races, but not so much in the 100, which is more of just a flat-out run. But that's when the coordination can start to go in towards the end of the race. So Roman Pavlik, not expected from him. Oh, and a false start. Well, not a false start, they just stood up. Bit of a twitch. I'm not sure if it was Pavlik or Rushgrove. But it'll now take a little while to settle back down. So not sure who actually did fault there, whether anyone's going to get any kind of a flag. Looked to me like the runners in lanes 5 and 6, Roman Pavlik in the blue vest of the Ukraine and Ben Rushgrove in the white of Great Britain. Let's have a look here, see who does twitch. Yes, it's the Ukrainian, I think. Can't really tell from that angle, but... So it's a yellow card shown to everyone, which is a bit like yellow in football that you'd be familiar with. It's a warning. Nobody's disqualified, but it's like, tell you what, guys, if you do that again, we're going to have to start getting serious. Very friendly games. So it's Rushgrove and Pavlik about psyching each other. Who's going to be the last to actually go behind the line? It's Pavlik is the last to go. Now they're right at the far end. I'm going to have to stand up to see the start of this. Someone very helpfully has put some plants in the way. Oh, and he's making him stand up again. So I stood up to look over the plants. Now the athletes are standing up as well. Now, the officials come out. They're the ones with the blue. And will they show a card this time? All of these, all the judges and the officials all wear these blue uniforms.
We did see yesterday a lot of the athletes, particularly in the 200 on the far side, were being made wait quite a long time. Maybe third time's a charm here. Yeah,
and actually it looks as though the blue officials have gone and ticked the starter off, saying, can you start it a little bit quicker, please? And
well, it's not unusual in heat like this as well, because it's the second day in a row with temperatures of 32 Celsius and in which equipment can get faulty in extreme heat.
So the people in blue, they're all the officials and judges. In the white, with the white hat on, is the starter.
Worth remembering as well, this is the first 100 meters race of the week, so the equipment in that sector may just need to be checked out. as it is being used for the first time.
No problem, on va s'en occuper.
The phrase that keeps coming into my head is it's a marathon, not a sprint, but it actually is a sprint. On this occasion, it's 100 meters. Now, maybe there's something wrong with the Colombians' starter.
Et je pense qu'il
Just having a look, just checking. You'll see the little speaker they have behind so that the sound of the gun reaches them all at exactly the same time. The person on the inside lane doesn't get the advantage of being slightly closer geographically to the starter. Well, we're going to have another go. Good luck, everybody, with this one. Third time lucky, as they say. It's the men's 100 meters, the T13 cerebral palsy runners. And there are the four classes, the 35, 36, 37, 38. 36 is the second most impaired of the classes. The 38 is the least. So I think what's happening is the Colombians not actually using the blocks, and maybe that's causing a bit of a problem. You can see. Okay, here we go then, and we're off. And it's a great start for the Ukrainian, Pavlik and Rushgrove of Great Britain. It's Pavlik and Rushgrove. Rushgrove in the lead. Then Pavlik, the Poles coming well as well, but it's Ben Rushgrove who's going to win it for Great Britain. And Roman Pavlik of the Ukraine in second place. And it looked to me as though Milcharek of Poland in the inside lane got the third qualifying place. But definitely Pavlik and Rushgrove will go through to the final. Let's just have a look here. They were off to a decent start in the end. Rushgrove and Pavlik leading all the way, and it's and there we are, the Brit, then it's the Ukrainian, and then the Pole. They definitely go through. That's Ben Rushgrove, Roman Pavlik, and Marcin Milcharek of Poland will definitely go through to the final. And then the two fastest qualifiers will have to wait and see. We've got Graham Ballard of Great Britain going in the next one, and he is the world record holder. But there's Ben Rushgrove, the winner of the first semi-final. Shakes hands with Roman Pavlik. So 12.86, the winning time, 12.96 for Pavlik of the Ukraine, and 13 dead for Milcharek of Poland, 13.07 for Juan Marino Marquez, and Andrei Zhanov, 13.71. I think will be too slow to qualify, but we might well see that that one of them gets through, but we'll be back shortly for the second semi-final in that, but we're just popping over to the Discus.
Yeah, this is the F37-38 final, and this is Mikola Zhabniak of the Ukraine. His fourth round throw, 51.46 is best so far, but that is definitely an improvement. It's well beyond 50 meters. Easily the longest we've seen today, and that will be 55.71.
Massive.
It's a new championship record. In fact, it's only 10 centimeters away from the world record. 1,001 points. It is a championship record, and Zhabniak goes into the gold medal position. Ronnie Jensen now for Denmark. This is his penultimate throw, season's best he's had so far, of 46.02. He's in 8th place of the 8 to have the 3 final throws. 46.02 in the third round got him in. Realistically needs an improvement of a couple of meters to get back up into contention. Had a couple of solid opening throws, but not been able to improve them so far. Largely consistent though.
That was such a big throw. I think we celebrate with another interesting fact about Lyon. It's amongst the 3 biggest cities in France. Not that interesting.
Well, if you look at the 4 most recent throws, basically half a meter between them all, which as a thrower is what you want, unless you're down in 8th place. Alexander Doroshenko of Ukraine. 44.55 is best so far. Coming in the second round. Currently on 924 points, which is 80 thereabouts behind the lead.
A fantastic game so far for Ukraine. We just saw Roman Pavlik doing so well in that race. Suspect there's more medals on the way.
Well, it's got distance. He just managed to keep it in. Again, that's around 45 meters. Perhaps just the slightest of improvements in what he's achieved so far. 44.58 was his personal best going into this. And he's come within 3 centimetres of that. If he breaks 45 metres, then that is a personal best for him. Our leader at the moment, Jabnak, won silver in Christchurch and in Beijing in 2008. Christchurch having the last World Championships in 2011. Prior to that, World Championships was in 2006, so from now on it's every 2 years. Here in Lyon for 2013, Doha 2015, and London 2017.
And
Go alongside the IAAF Championships.
We think we're warm now. What are we going to be like in Doha?
Yes.
Personal best, Ukrainian record, European record, 45.72 for Doroshenko, and he goes 5th.
I think let's
So
celebrate.
now the second semi-final, the men's 100 meters T13, and going in this, the defending champion So YY of Hong Kong, China, and the London 2012 champion of Evgeny Shvedkov of Russia. Great Ballard of Britain won silver at London 2012. Season's best is fastest of this field. Good British support. Haven't had too far to travel for this. From Malaysia, lane 3 is Mohammed Mat Lazin.
Lane 4, representing Slovakia.
Benjamin Erban of Slovakia is in lane 4.
Lane 5, he's the world
So
champion.
YY,
representing
gold medalist in
Hong Kong.
Christchurch at the last World Championships for Hong Kong, China. Bronze medalist in Beijing in 2008. And he holds the championship record from Christchurch 2 years ago.
Lane 6,
But it was
he's the
Evgeny
Paralympic
Shvedkov
champion,
who took gold
representing
in
the
London
Russian
last year for Russia. Great Ballard, by the way, is the world record holder, set in Manchester May last year. Shvedkov holds
Line
the
7,
ultimate title
representing Kazakhstan.
for Kazakhstan. Nice and fluorescent, easy to pick out. Sergei Karlamov is in 7 for Kazakhstan. And Jose Flores
representing
of Colombia is in lane 8, and his personal best was set this year of 12.97. Will that make him a contender? Really good field in this. The last 2 major champions and the world record holder. It's Ballard of Britain in 2, Mat Lazin of Malaysia 3, Erban Slovakia 4, So YY of Hong Kong in 5, Shvedkov Russia 6, Karlamov of Kazakhstan in 7, and Flores of Colombia is in lane 8. First 3 automatically qualify for the final, plus the next 2 fastest losers. So YY in 5, Shvedkov 6, Ballard 2. Well, they're away first time, no problems in this. And what a start by Ballard in 2, looks impressive. And Shvedkov for Russia, the London 2012 champion. So YY, the defending champion, back in 3rd. This is very good by Shvedkov, and Shvedkov wins it. So YY up there, Ballard also, and that's a new world record. A new world record, 11.94. And the old mark last year of Great Ballard is gone. Well, that was absolutely sensational by Shvedkov. And he takes the honours so impressively, and that has been rounded down to 11.92, 600ths of a second. It's absolutely flying. Brilliant start by Ballard, but his world record was to go, and his second place was as well, because So YY took that, and now the stadium is being officially told it is a new world mark. Ballard ran 12.48, which was precisely half a second outside his old world record. We've got a new mark now in the semi-final. Second time we've seen that today by Evgeny Shvedkov, and he absolutely flew through in this T36. 100 meters, a brilliant world record, 11.92. So YY, the defending champion from Christchurch 2nd, and Graham Ballard, the previous, as it is now, world record holder, in 3rd. They all automatically qualified. But Shvedkov, that was sensational. 11.92 in this men's 100 meters T36.
So well done, Shvedkov. I was worried when you said it was being rounded down. I thought, you know, you've got so excited about your world record, Will, and then I thought they're going to take it away from you, but no.
We actually saw that a few weeks ago. There was a big meeting in Belfast to honour Mary Peters, the 1972 Olympic pentathlon champion. And there was a Northern Ireland record set, big fanfare, and then suddenly it got rounded up, and the Northern Ireland record was lost. Guy Henley performing very well at the moment in this discus final. He's in the bronze medal position, 51.13, a new continental record.
I think to celebrate that world record, we'll have another interesting fact about Lyon. But let's just see how Guy Henley gets on in here, the F37 category. He's in 3rd place at the moment. His best throw so far, 51.13. To get above silver, he needs to get up to 975 points. He's already set a regional record. Okay, the 4th interesting fact supplied by the volunteers of Lyon is that Lyon is the cradle of cinema in France. From 1895 onwards, the Lumiere brothers produced some of the finest movies in history, some of the first ones. They're important as actors in the progress of the cinema industry. They also worked on making prosthetic arms. So a bit of a Paralympic tradition here in Lyon. If you missed us earlier, the other interesting facts, it was founded in 43 BC by the Romans. It's famous for worldwide gastronomy. And fact number 3, the most disappointing, was that it's among the top 3 cities in France. Because I'm disappointed with that one because I already knew it. We said it a few times, but I'm very impressed that it's the cradle of cinema. And let's just have a look. 43.84, Guy Henley marked there, so it wasn't better than his throw of 51.13. He's got 1 throw left. At the moment, he's in bronze medal position.
Now we have the medal ceremony for the T11 men's 200 metres from earlier this morning. And pure emotion for Daniel Silva and his guide, Heiter Salas. Even though it was a disimprovement from the last 2 major championships, Silva won silver in the 100 and 200 at London 2012, silver in Christchurch, and bronze here. It is the first time at a World Championship that the guide also receives a medal. That innovation having been brought in for London 2012. Or in the case of Heiter Salas, 2 medals.
It's good to see because the guide does fantastic work.
Now this was a fantastic performance in silver. Andius Shikongo of Namibia, and the guide Evan Chivicha.
We saw yesterday the medal ceremony for one of the long races where a chap had 2 guides, and only one of them got the medal, so only one of the guides gets a medal, but obviously in the 200 metres you only need the 1 guide.
So silver for Namibia, for Shikongo. Very good display as it was to win gold. And it's a familiar emotion for Lucas Prado. 3 gold medals in Beijing 2008, gold medal in this in 2011, gold medal in this in 2013, the men's 200 metres T11. Championship record time as well.
Lucas Prado, he lost 90% of his vision back in 2003. He had an accident due to a detached retina. He was introduced to the track by his friend and Paralympian Teresina Guillamina. And, well, he hasn't looked back. He's been absolutely phenomenal. 3 golds in 2008, 2 silvers in 2012 at the Paralympics, and now he is the world champion in this category.
Now one of the great national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion.
Brazilian anthem for Lucas Prado. Daniel Silva, the bronze medalist, will have enjoyed it as well, and Andius Shikongo getting the silver. And what happens during the stadium, during a medal ceremony, everything stops, all the field events, all the competitors, all the officials, all turn and face the flags in front of the offices of the Stade de Rome. and the Brazilian flag very slowly raised up the pole.
Now, let's return to the discus. And for a long time, Xiaodong of China was leading, but a superb throw by Mikola Javniak, the championship record, 55.71, has him in front, and Xiaodong now in second place. He is the world record holder, 55.81, that just shy of 50 meters. Dong has to improve by 16 centimeters to go into the gold medal position, and 26 centimeters to break his own world record if he desires. But right now, he just wants the gold.
Some great action coming up this afternoon. We've got Tatiana McFadden, who will confident of success in the 200 meters final in the morning. The 5,000 meter event tonight. She didn't compete in London 2012. She'll be up against Switzerland's Paralympic gold medalist Edith Wolff. So that's Tatiana McFadden still to come. And then her teammate, the world record holder Jeremy Campbell, will be in action this afternoon. He's going head-to-head with Great Britain's Dan Greaves in the discus.
Well, there is, after one medal ceremony, another one. And it's Xiaodong who's thrown 49.92. And again, good consistency in his throwing as well. But that competition will be halted for the next couple of minutes because of the T12 men's 200 meters victory ceremony. And there was a really fine performance in this for gold as well earlier this morning. Artem Longinov, who was the defending champion going into this from Christchurch, but bronze today for Russia. Russia 2 and 3, in fact, because the 100 meters champion from London 2012 won his second consecutive silver medal at a major championship, Fedor Trigalic. Close run thing in the end between the three medalists. Emiliano Rodriguez-Maggi was in fourth for Spain, and it was a good display, but not quite good enough for him, as Trigalic takes the silver.
Gold medalist and world champion representing Poland.
And for Poland, the gold. Matthias Michalski, gold medalist in London, gold medalist in Lyon. Championship record, that was his, set in the semi-finals, broken in the final, 21.78. And yet another gold medal for Poland.
And don't go anywhere, we've got the women's 200 meters T53 wheelchair final coming up. Some great competitors in that, Chelsea McClammer, Ilana DuPont, after this anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So for the second time this week, the national anthem of Poland. And the prospect of more to come. Only day 2.
Coming up next, we've got this great 200 meters T53 women's wheelchair final. Watch out for Huang of China up against Ballard of Australia. It's going to be a great contest, this one. Just a reminder, if you want to send a message of support to an athlete from your country or someone you particularly admire, at IPC Athletics is the Twitter feed. I put a message up. Also, if you follow our Twitter feed, then our social media team will tweet interesting behind-the-scenes pictures and all sorts of action. So there go the medal ceremony people as they leave.
Right, let's go back to this competitive discus. We're in the final round. Javniak still leading for the Ukraine. Xiaodong of China in second. Guy Henley third for Australia. This is Mindaugas Bilius of Lithuania. Currently lies in 7th place. Personal best today, 47.54. Fanfare is for the next track event, which is about to begin.
So this is the women's 200 metres, the T53 wheelchair final. Got some great competitors in this. Chelsea McClammer of the States. We've got Angela Ballard of Australia and Huang of China. Will be the favourites to do well here. This is Kurt Hamid of Turkey, 32.66, best ever time, and that was this year. Kaiko Onishi of Japan, 32.91, set earlier this season.
She got the silver medal in the last World Championship, and she's the Paralympic champion.
This is the lady to watch out for. Lisha Huang got silver in the World Championship last time.
Lane 4, representing the United States of America.
It's the American Chelsea McClammer, 31.68. She's a couple of seconds behind the others in times this year. Lana DuPont of Canada.
Lane 6, she got the silver medal in the last Paralympic Games representing Australia.
Now this is the lady to look out for, Angela Ballard of Australia, silver medalist at London 2012 in this event.
Lane 7, representing Japan.
Azumi Nakayama of Japan, 31.71 her best time.
Lane 8, representing Switzerland.
And the bells tell you that that is Catherine de Brunner of Switzerland. Ah, there they are. Never have enough cowbells. 32.02 her personal best. So we're expecting it to be a contest between Angela Ballard and Lisha Huang. You can never tell in a final. Women's 200 metres, T53. And away they go, and Huang away very well in lane 3. Huang of China storming through the field in lane 3, looking very good indeed. Angela Ballard going well for Australia in lane 6. As they come round the bend, it's Huang of China from Ballard. It's Huang from China in the lead, and can Ballard come good? Ballard's going well in this second stage, but Lisa Huang of China. It's Huang of China. She's going to get the gold, but Ballard coming back right at the end. She's left it too late. Huang of China gets the gold. Ballard gets the bronze, and it's a new championship record for Lisha Huang of China. 29.18 was her personal best, and she set a new championship record here to clinch gold in the women's 200 metres T53 category. 29.76, the official time. That's a championship record. It was McClammer of the States in third place. DuPont finished fourth. So a championship record, Huang of China, 29.76. Ballard, 30.15 of Australia in second. McClammer of the States in third, 31.95. And DuPont in fourth, 32.02 for Canada. De Brunner fifth, 32.33. Nakayama sixth, 32.62. In seventh place, it was Kurt, 32.98. And in eighth place, Kanishi, 34.17. So confirmation championship record for Lisha Huang of China to clinch gold in the women's 200 metres T53. Ballard gets the silver, McClammer gets the bronze.
Well, Huang had the disappointment of silver in the final in Christchurch, but she gets gold here. Championship record 29.76 ahead of Angela Ballard, and a really good tip to the line for Chelsea McClammer in third. Beating off Ilana DuPont of Canada by 700ths of a second, down into fourth.
So another championship record. We saw a world record from Shvetkov in the 100 metres T36 for the men's.
Now Guy Henley, third place for Australia in the men's discus, the F37 and 38. And as the top four are all F37s, we're basically down to distance. 51.13 is best so far, has to get beyond the 50-metre mark, and he doesn't. It drops right on it, which means it will be bronze for Australia for Guy Henley. And the gold then is between Mikola Zhabnyak of the Ukraine and Jia Dong of China. Good throwing technique, and he hurled it out. All been around the 50-metre mark, two just above, two just below, then a 43-metre one which he was quite disappointed with. It's been a good competitive event. This 52.47, by the way, is his personal best set earlier this year. He's got within a metre and a bit of it, but not close enough. So it's bronze for Australia for Guy Henley. And 51.13, his first throw of the day, will be his best throw of the day because that's 49.80. So his area record, his continental record, which is a national record too for Australia, and he finishes third.
Women just coming out on the track for the 200 metres T54 final, and we're looking out for Tatiana McFadden in this, the phenomenon from the United States. We saw her in action yesterday, looking absolutely awesome, but don't switch off because Tatiana McFadden coming up, but we're going to stay with the discus action for you.
And now it's Mikola Zhabniak, the leader from the Ukraine. Championship record in the fourth round, 55.71. And that never looked as if it was going to have the right trajectory. He's hopped out. It's a red flag. Won't be measured. It was dropping around 48 meters. So, the man in second place now has the final throw. And a lot of IAAF events, they re-rack again. So that's in reverse order after the fifth round of throw. Actually, this is a bit more drama about it, that the second placer has the final throw and the chance to deny the gold to Zhabniak. Jiadong of China. He's aiming for 55.71, which is close to his own world record. That's not it. Ukrainian gold again, Mikola Zhabniak. That's their fifth of the week. And Jiadong has to settle for silver for the second successive year. But what a victory for a man who's won silver in Christchurch in 2011 and Beijing 2008. Mikola Zhabniak is the world champion.
Athletics Weekly have tweeted to say Dukey Devil bags bronze for Great Britain in the F41 shot put final over in Lyon with a final round throw 11.64. And Nicole C, congratulations to the awesome Matt Cameron for making the 400 metres final at the Worlds. We're at IPC Athletics. And Matty B department says, nice use of the Back to the Future theme in Lyon. Hope no one goes 88 miles an hour, or they might go back to 1985. I don't think that's likely to happen, Matty B, but thanks for that. At IPC Athletics.
So was a championship record for Mikola Zhabniak, and that wins him the world gold. 55.7 won a championship record. Was also a European record in a national record too. Zhao Dang in second place and Guy Henley third, a continental record for him also. But we're back to the track and the T54 final of the women's 200 meters, and this features one of the greats, and she is really the hottest of favourites for this. She's the only one in the field to be inside 30 seconds, but more about her and not. Alexandra Helbling of Switzerland is in lane 1. Zubaida Supragetsi of Turkey in 2.
Lane 3.
Sherry Madsen of the United States in lane 3, and determined to get among the medals. Personal best set this year.
Lane 4. She's the world champion. Representing
in terms of this event, Tatiana McFadden is it. 10 major Paralympic Games medals, 3 of them gold. She's the defending champion in this, and her personal best set this year, 28.41. She looks unbeatable.
Representing Finland.
Manda Katacha of Finland is in 5. She's got a very good personal best as well set this year of 30.35.
Lane 6.
Tatiana's sister, Hannah McFadden, is in lane 6. Great sporting family. Will the clan get 2 medals here?
Lane 7.
Georgina Oliver of Britain, she's in lane 7. Again, her personal best set this year, 31.35. It's a major parasport event at the London Olympic Stadium next Sunday, which corresponds with the final day here, which is Marathon Day here. And Kiralyn Fry of Canada is in lane 8. Our pictures also going out live there in Canadian television and on Paralympics Canada. Chantal Petty-Clerc of Canada has the world record. Helbling, Supagechi, Madsen, McFadden, Katasha, McFadden, Oliver, and Fry, 1-8. away first time. That's a really good start from the Finn. Katasha in 5. Tatjana McFadden about to get rolling. Hannah McFadden also in 4 and 6 respectively. Kashata's done absolutely marvelously so far. The two Americans will start coming to the fore very, very swiftly indeed. It's Tatjana McFadden who leads in the closing straight. And maybe Madsen and Katasha in 3 and 5 will divvy up silver and bronze between them. Tatjana McFadden coming through, 28.69. Very, very impressive. It's not her fastest time of the year, but she gets the gold for the United States. McFadden with a very good virtuoso performance, and the rest battling for silver and bronze, because the gold was always belonging to Tatjana McFadden. 28.69 her winning time. And that will be another to add to the collection. 3 gold she's won at Paralympic Games in the past, 4 silver. Katasha did indeed get the race for the silver medal by 100th of a second ahead of Sherry Manson of the United States. So Tatjana McFadden wins it. Amanda Katasha in 2nd for Finland. Sherry Manson of the United States 3rd. And Hannah McFadden 4th place. 30.96, a personal best. In fact, personal best, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Tatjana McFadden well ahead of the rest though, and nobody else broke 30 seconds.
And Tatjana McFadden, that's her first gold, but it might not be her only gold today. She's in action tonight as well in this afternoon's sessions, one of the last races of the day, and she'll be going in the 5,000 metres. Now, she didn't compete in the 5,000 metres in London.
28.69, the only time inside 30 seconds. She's the only athlete inside 30 seconds this year in this discipline. She takes the gold medal. Amanda Katasha in 2nd, Sherry Madsen 3rd, and Hannah McFadden in 4th, and they've all done their lap of honour. McFadden, Tatjana, superb.
And McFadden goes in the 5,000 metres tonight. She didn't compete in that London 2012, but she will face extremely stiff competition in that one from the Swiss Paralympic gold medalist Edith Wolf.
Worth pointing out, the event we have just seen was not competed for in London 2012. And Tatjana McFadden retains her world title very impressively.
It does seem as though if there is an event, if she competes in it, she wins it. Tatjana McFadden, a real phenomenon in the sport.
We're going to catch up now on the men's long jump T13. Tyson Gunter of the United States will have to wait a few moments because there's another medal ceremony coming.
We've also got Ireland's Jason Smith going later today in the 200 metres T13 final. He's the world's fastest Paralympian. We've got Brazil, Alan Fontes Oliveira in action as well.
Luis Felipe Gutierrez, the world record holder from Cuba. This the best attempt so far in the men's long jump. It's 7 metres 33, 4th round attempt. And it merely copper fastens what he's achieved with his 4 jumps so far, and they've all improved, and he's around half a metre ahead of the rest. But now, the medal ceremony for the men's shot put F42 from earlier this morning. This was a good event.
Darko Kralj of Croatia getting the bronze there. Interesting to see Oliveira of Brazil in action this afternoon up against Blake Leaper. There's Kralj. It's an eagerly awaited contest, the 200 metres T43 final. We'll bring you that all live on Paralympic Sport TV. We're coming to the end of this morning's coverage. It's Frank Tiedemeyer of Germany who got silver. And we're also expecting the T44 final, the 200 metres, to be a thrilling affair with America's Jared Wallace starting his favourite after his world record. Here's the silver for Germany in the shot. And coming out the gold medalist from Great Britain, proud Welshman Aled Davies, 14.71 he threw, setting a world record. Well done, Aled. Has a good old look at his medal. Gets his Lyon the Lion as well. Gets it from a Scotsman. Ryan Montgomery from the IPC. So, it's my anthem, the anthem for Great Britain, for Aled Davies.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion.
God save the Queen. She's been in charge of Great Britain for over 60 years, but Aled Davies is king for the day because he won gold in the shot put. They'll be raising a glass to him in the valleys. Well done, Aled Davies.
Now there's going to be another medal ceremony very shortly for the T46 men's long jump, but for now, here's the T13. And this is Tobias Jonsson of Sweden, currently lying in 7th place, 6:27, his best so far, which is more than a metre behind Luis Felipe Gutierrez, who leads for Cuba. Major improvement needed to challenge the medals. By the way, they've changed the takeoff board, incidentally. There are 2 of them, and the target is the first one here.
Victory ceremony for the men's long jump T46.
It's not that far away from the medal. 6:59 would get to there, which is only an improvement needed of around 30 centimetres or so, just about a foot in imperial measurement. And that's 6:17, and that is his shortest to date, and the coach is letting him know that.
Medalist representing
The
France.
T46 men's long jump was last night, and Anu Assoumani, the world record holder, gets a standing ovation here as he wins the bronze medal for a 6:77 leap, which was around 80 centimetres below the world record he set in winning the world title in Christchurch 2 years ago. Third fiddle he had to play this time.
Silver medalist representing the United States of America.
Médaille d'argent représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique, Toby Fawinmi.
Toby Fawinmi of the United States. Continental record, led at one stage, as had Assoumani prior to him. 7:04, the new North American record, but that too would be bested by 6 centimetres
Gold medalist
by
and
Liu
world champion
Liang.
representing the People's Republic of China.
Médaille d'or et champion du monde représentant la République populaire de Chine, Liu.
And so the Chief
Ladies
Executive
and
of the
gentlemen,
IPC
please rise if
presenting
you're able
the medals
for the
and the
national
gold
anthem of
for
the
China.
People's Republic of China.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci de vous
Anthem
lever
we
si vous
had
le
a lot
pouvez pour l'hymne
in London
national de la
and a
République
lot in
populaire de
Beijing.
Chine.
A lot in Lyon as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champions medalists.
Mesdames et messieurs, les médaillés mondiaux.
Now, just to update you on a couple of other events which have been going on today, there's been a world record and a gold medal for Great Britain in the women's discus, the F51, 52, 53 for Josie Pearson. They'll make that their third gold medal of the week, and they had a really spectacular London 2012 in both Paralympic Games and Olympic Games. Mikola Javniak of Ukraine has won the men's discus. Martina Willing is currently leading the women's shot put, F55, 56, 57. And we're going to go back there very shortly.
Just time for a quick message from Thomas Warren on Twitter. Woohoo, silver to Angie Ballard in the T53 200 metres. Congratulations, Angie. Loads of people watching back in Australia. All the French journalists standing to applaud.
So it's being decided by points, so the furthest distance may not automatically win gold, and that's the case with Martina Willing, a new championship record in her section, F56, 9 meters 03, 950 points. Nadia Mejmej of Algeria, 953 she's thrown. That's only good enough for second place at the moment. Orla Barry for Ireland is down in 8th, but this isn't her main event. And while they're setting up the 2 main ladies and that, let's see if we can get the climax of this men's long jump, which is the only other field event which is currently on, and Luis Felipe Gutierrez leads. We're in the penultimate rounds.
So let's see what's happening with this long jump. He's trying to get the crowd cheering on behalf of the Belarusian. Fartanau. There he goes, takes his position. What can he do here? Good running stride. Hits the board, loud shriek as he does it. Oh, he put everything into that one. Turns round, he's got the white flag, he's delighted with it. He's in 3rd place at the moment, F13 category. And his best jump so far, 6.58, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not just gone a little bit better than that. He's 14 centimetres off silver. In 3rd place, he's behind Per Jonsson of Sweden. In the lead, it's Gutierrez of Cuba. Still waiting for this one to be measured. He's got 6.58 to beat. 6.73, that's good enough to take him up into 2nd place. He leapfrogs Per Jonsson, who has 6.71. So Fartanau 6.73 and Gutierrez in the lead with 7.33. So that one jump means that the Belarusian now in silver medal position instead of bronze, and that's why he was so delighted. He put everything into that leap. And so the Cuban will now jump. He's in the lead at the moment, Luis Felipe Gutierrez. This is confirmation of where they are at the moment. He's jumped 7.33. He's got 2 jumps left. Everyone else has got 1 jump left. Fartanau of Belarusia, 6.73. Jonsson of Sweden, 6.71. Ishak of Price behind him. I've gone through those in a minute. Jonsson. Just having a look at Jonsson in action here. Currently lying in bronze. He was in silver before that Belarusian jump. Per Jonsson, 6.71. I don't think he's bettered that. So far he's jumped 6.71 his first jump, then he had 2 no jumps, then a 6.46, and he hasn't so far managed to get anywhere near that very decent opening jump, which didn't look too bad for him because he was in silver. But when the Belarusian Fartanau overtook him, he now needs to better that jump of 6.71. I don't think he has 6.58. No, he hasn't. And a very pensive looking Swede, Per Jonsson. So it's the leader from Cuba now, Luis Felipe Gutierrez. Looking very, very comfortable. He's a long way ahead of anyone else, 7.33 he has jumped. I would say he's a very safe bet for the gold medal, but you can never quite tell. Some of the field events yesterday went to the last throw or the last jump. He'd go a bit further if he didn't have such a heavy necklace on. You call it a chain when it's a man, but looks quite a weighty thing. Must take a centimetre at least off, I'd have thought, putting that around your neck.
Captain Daegu at the IAAF World Championships in the women's long jump, there was one competitor who had a very long ponytail, and when she landed, ponytail landed about 20 centimetres behind her, and it cost her a medal. She finished 4th.
A ponytail made a mark in the sand. Not sure if you're serious there, I think you are. Here we go, Luis Felipe Gutierrez with a big leap. It's, not sure if that's up as far as 7 metres. He's jumped so far 6.93 with his first jump, 7.12. Then he kept improving. Every jump's been an improvement. 7.26 his 3rd jump, 7.33 his 4th jump, which puts him comfortably ahead. But, has he continued his progress of every jump being better than the one before? We shall see. I don't think he has. I think that was short of 7.33. but he is comfortably in the lead. It looks like he's going to get the gold. They've got one jump left each. And at the moment, he leads Fartenau of Belarusia and Jonsson of Sweden. Jonsson has a chat with his coach. The coach says, "That chain's too heavy, I told you to take it off." He said, "Yeah, but I like it. It was a present from my family." 7:13 is 5th jump. So that is 20 centimetres short of the best jump, 7:33.
Now this is Tyson Gunter from the United States. We're going into the final round now. Gunter with 2 no jumps. Good consistency apart from that. 6:24 is his best so far. 6:29 his personal best set earlier this year. And each of his jumps that have counted have been within 11 centimetres of that. Needs to improve by realistically too much to get into the medals. You can see there, basically half a metre longer than he's jumped in his life in order to get into the medals, but it's been a good experience for Tyson.
Just another message on Twitter. This is from Kerry, who is at Slushy Puppy. "Congratulations, Kyron Duke, bringing home a bronze medal from your proud sister Kerry. Can't wait for your medal ceremony on the live feed." We will bring it to you, Kerry, your proud sister. Having a sister called Slushy Puppy. He's called Dukey Devil. Very strange names people have on Twitter, don't they? Mine is Jeremy_Nicholas. Not that unusual. Here he goes then.
Red flag. So that's the end of his competition. He did reach the final 8 though, which will represent progress for him, and it's an 8th place finish for Tyson Gunter of the United States. Only just into the plasticine as well. It's an excellent refurbished athletic stadium. This is the Stade de Rome. Stages the World Masters Championships in 2 years' time for over 35 athletes. We're going to cross over to the only other field event which is still on, which is the women's shot put. And Catherine Callahan currently lying in 5th place. Higher up earlier on in the competition, 8.94 her best so far. This is where the competitors have to be strapped into the seat, so they have 3 throws in a row because it takes so long for that to be achieved. This competition started 2.5 hours ago, which actually isn't bad for a competition like this. In London 2012, there were double the competitors and went on for just about all of the session. It was the first event and the last event.
She's the second last competitor to throw, Catherine Callahan. She'll have her last 3 throws, and then the last competitor will be Nadia Medj of Algeria with her last 3 throws.
7.84, no improvement for Catherine Callahan.
Message on Twitter from Rob Hughes. Congrats to Becky Richter on winning the silver medal in the women's 51, 52, 53 discus throw at the IPC Athletics World Championships. And also Ben Rushgrove. I've got a quote from Ben, the British athlete who qualified for the 100 metres T36 final. He described his semi-final as fun. Very understated, Ben Rushgrove.
5th attempt for Catherine Callahan. On the point system, 828. She's about 125 behind the leader. But that looks a lot closer to 10 metres than her previous try. Might just have touched beyond 9. Her personal best is 9 metres 45. If she were to achieve that, she'd probably be in the medals. Worthy attempt from the American. I think that's her best throw of the afternoon, potentially. Very close to it, if not. Her 2 best throws, 8.94 and 8.92, which came in the first 2 rounds. That is 9 metres 12. That's her best throw of the day. Keeps her in 5th place, though. So she needs to improve again. It's 847 points. She's not that far away from the medals at all, but she knows realization will be there that maybe another 20 or 30 centimetres, just matching her personal best, which was set this year, would do it for her, but that is not as far as her previous goes, so that's fit for Catherine Callahan, and she won't trouble the medals. We've one throw to go, and that's Nadia Mejmej in the battle for gold against Martina Willing, who's from Germany and currently in the gold medal position.
Just these two field events to finish off the session, the women's shot put, the men's long jump. We've got some great action on the track coming up this afternoon. Do join us for that. I'll be having a look at Jason Smith, the world's fastest Paralympian in the T13 200-metre final. We'll also get our first look at Brazil's Alan Fonteles Oliveira, the fastest leg amputee on the planet. And he'll be aiming to prove his success at London 2012 wasn't a fluke. He lines up alongside the USA's Blake Leaper. That's in the 200 metres T43 final. We've got Marcel Hug in action, of course. He's always in action. Got the 10,000 metre gold on Saturday night. Be looking to add to his medal collection. Phenomenon, Marcel Hug. Let's go back then to the long jump.
Keith Price of the United States. Personal best 6:47 set in the fourth round. Can he get into the medals with his final go? It's a red flag. That means it's sixth for Price. Lead currently held by Luis Felipe Gutierrez. 7 meters 33. Ihar Fartanau of Belarus second with 6:73, and Per Jonsson of Sweden third, 6:71. The rest not that far away. Ranislav Zlatanov of Bulgaria 6:62, just 9 centimeters outside the medals.
Just 4 competitors to go in this. It'll be the Malaysian next, Mohamed Ishak. This is the standings at the moment. Ishak of Malaysia in 5th place. Zlatanov of Bulgaria in 4th. Jonsson of Sweden in 3rd. Fartanau of Belarus in 2nd. And it's the Cuban Gutierrez in the lead, who's expected to win this one. Some discus action coming up this afternoon, and obviously the world record holder Jeremy Campbell of the United States up against Great Britain's Dan Greaves. That'll be worth watching, the F44 category.
Mohamed Ishak of Malaysia, his final attempt. He's actually had an interesting afternoon. 3 no jumps, rescued his campaign with a 6:43 in the 3rd round that got him his 3 final jumps, and 6:53 in the last round has him up in 5th. Needs 18 centimeters of an improvement to get into the medals. It's not bad, but maybe not enough.
He looked quite happy, and then he turned around and looked at the mark in the sand, and I think he thought, oh, it's better, but it's not good enough. It's a foul. Yeah, he's got the red flag. It's a foul, so he will not be medaling today. There's nothing wrong with the takeoff. He got the white flag on takeoff, but I think some way he landed, so they've given him a foul for.
Really would like to see that again, because the takeoff was absolutely perfect and got the white flag. But now Nadia Mejmej of Algeria with a long throw, very close to 10 meters. This is the climax of the women's shot put, the 55, 56, 57. Now she's F57, Martina Willing is F56. So they're different categories, which means their points will be interpreted differently. Meant the change of a result in one of the men's long jump events yesterday, which was dual category, and midway through the apparent winner had his category changed after the event, and he lost the gold. So Mejmej's best so far, 9:53. She's been excellent with her throwing, 9:53, 9:52, 9:42. That was 9:60, season's best, up to 893 points, but still not enough for gold ahead of Martina Willing.
You're listening to live coverage of the 2013 IPC Athletics World Championships. Very live by that little shriek.
We're live on YouTube and on ParalympicSport.tv and on the Paralympics website and on various national Paralympic websites around the world, but also, of course, lots of you are watching us live on TV also across Africa, Oceania, Asia, North America too. Wherever you're watching, we appreciate it. So here we go. She's only got one throw after this. That was 9.47, which wasn't far enough. Her season's best was set in the fourth round, 9.60, but her personal best is 10.20. She has to go past 10 meters for gold, really, and it's not happened. And I think that's Germany gold for Martina Willing for Germany. Massively impressive throwing from Nadia Mejmej.
It's great to hear all your messages as well via our Twitter feed at IPC Athletics. Lots of people congratulating Marcel Hoog.
So that's 9.44, and that means the gold goes to Germany. And Martina Willing, Mejmej the silver for Algeria, and Volek the bronze for Russia. We're going back to the end of the men's long jump, and the medalists are yet to go.
So, interesting thing that's happened here is that Fartanau of Belarus, who's in second place, has decided to pass on his last jump, which is unusual. I don't know why he's decided to do that, but I mean, he's done a decent jump. Maybe he's got a little niggle of an injury. Maybe he thinks he can't jump further than 6.73. But you'd think, wouldn't you, Will, that it'd be worth having a go. Last jump in a World Championships, but he said no to that.
Normally, it would only be in the circumstance of an injury. But Fartanau, we're told, has passed, and it's come up in the information system. So Per Jonsson of Sweden. Can he improve by 3 centimetres? No, he can't, because it's a red flag. Oh. So it is bronze for Sweden. It is silver for Belarus, and it's gold for Cuba. Luis Felipe Gutierrez.
And will Luis Felipe Gutierrez pass now? He's already got the gold medal. I wouldn't think so. You may as well have a jump, see if you can do something a little bit special. The world record is held by Luis Felipe Gutierrez, so he could improve on his own world record, which is 7.66 that he set in November 2011 in Guadalajara in Mexico. At the moment he's jumped 7.33 here today, so 33 centimetres off the world record. He's already gold. Go on, Luis Felipe, have a go. There's Per Jonsson. As soon as he saw that red flag, he absolutely despaired.
Great athletics nation, Sweden. Always very strong in the field events.
So we just have one last event, and that is the long jump and one jump, and that would be Luis Felipe Gutierrez. He's already the gold medalist. He's jumped 7.33. He's now just going to go and see if he can beat his own world record. I don't think he's jumping. He's not going to...
Very good prospect. He probably won't jump because he's got nothing more to gain. He's got the gold medal, 7.33. Fartanau, the silver for Belarus, 6.73. Jonsson, the bronze for Sweden, 6.71. And Radoslav Zlatanov, close but not enough for Bulgaria, 6.62 in fourth.
Well, a very professional attitude, not jumping, but I just would have done it. You know, you could just run through it. There he is anyway. He's not going to jump because he's getting his kit off. But he is the winner.
So the 9 gold medals decided today. Josie Pearson of Britain in the women's discus, Nikola Zhabnak of the Ukraine in the men's discus, Martina Willing of Germany in the women's shot put, Luis Felipe Gutierrez of Cuba in the men's long jump, Bartoszewski of Poland in the men's shot put, Lucas Prado, Brazil, men's 200, Maciej Michalski of Poland, world record men's 200, those different categories, the T11 and T12. Women's 200, T53 and 54, Lisha Huang of China, Tatiana McFadden of the USA, and we're almost done by 12:30 local time. 20 seconds away from that.
We'll just give you the final result then of the women's shot put. Confirmation of Martina Willing winning with a championship record 9.03. Nadia Mejmej of Algeria 9.60 for Mejmej, and Larissa Volek of Russia 9.32. They are the medalists. And that concludes our session this morning from Lyon, from the World Athletics Championships, the IPC Athletics World Championships. And let's just round it off by having a look at the medals and see who's in the lead at the moment.
Well, Ukraine had a wonderful London 2012, and it's the same here. They've now got 4 gold medals midway through day 2. Poland, marvellous in the field events as we've seen. They've won 3 gold medals, as have Great Britain, 2 each for Brazil, China, United States and Iran. I fancy they might be joined by Ireland this afternoon. Michael McKillop and Jason Smith, very hot favourites for their particular events. Winning Germany's first gold of the week to add to their silver. Australia doing well despite no gold so far. 4 medals in total. Chile through Valenzuela won their silver yesterday. Finland their silver this morning. There's a very good performance in doing so.
And there's Croatia, Colombia, Egypt, France, Netherlands, Portugal and South Africa. They are the countries that have medalled so far in this competition. Nearly 100 countries here, and as you can see, around about 30 or so, I've got them.
Right, let's have a look very briefly